Hello everyone, today is Friday, August 16th, 2019, with a very special guest today for the Bitcoin.com Bitcoin Cash Weekly News Update Show. We have the co-host of Free Talk Live, Mr. Mark Edge.
Thank you for having me. You know, I watch every one of these things for at least the last 6 months, and you know, I'm delighted to be here.
And I'm honored to have you here, and I'm honored to hear that you're keeping an eye on all the fun stuff that we have happening all the time.
Well, so. You sponsor Free Talk Live at freetalklive.com, and I have to be able to talk about the new things that are happening. I don't know, when you and I talk, you'll tell me things that sometimes I can't talk about, so I have to make sure that I know.
I just told you a good one right before we started filming
right.
today. Right?
So I have to I just wait until I hear it on the video, and then I can talk about it.
Okay. Well, we have lots to talk about this week. So Bitcoin.com, our exchange, is launching September 2nd. Lots of prizes there for you as well. So we'll cover that. We'll cover cyber criminals stealing over $4.3 billion in crypto in 2019. This year alone, $4.3 billion with a B dollars worth of crypto. Memo.cash has cool stuff. BitPay has some not quite so cool stuff. Electron Cash has some great stuff. Coinbase has interesting stuff.
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah, dodged a bullet. We'll cover that. And then, of course, we'll cover the Bitcoin Cash City Conference. It's less than 3 weeks away in Australia.
That sounds so exciting. Apparently, they've got a city or town in Australia where you can do a lot of business in Bitcoin Cash, and it's exciting to me.
Yeah, I think it's a town not too much terribly larger than Keene, New Hampshire.
Okay.
But I think they have somewhere in the ballpark of close to 100 merchants accepting Bitcoin Cash there.
I don't think we have 100 merchants in Keene.
Yeah. Another one, have you heard about Slovenia and everything that's going on there?
I saw your video where you went shopping in the
supermarket.
The supermarket for Bitcoin Cash, and made me want to go to Slovenia. I'm not exactly sure what the capital of Slovenia is, but
it's Ljubljana,
okay.
And the population is around 200,000 people, so not that big of a town. About 400 physical locations accepting Bitcoin Cash at a town of around 200,000 people.
What's their main currency? Is it the euro or?
Yeah, euro. It's part of the Eurozone. In fact, like, so us Americans, we always think like Slovenia, and we imagine like part of like, you know, old Soviet bloc, dilapidated buildings. And Slovenia is gorgeous. If it's as pretty, if not prettier than Yosemite. There's like beautiful mountains.
So you
and
can
trees.
hike there then.
It is gorgeous. Like, it's my new favorite European vacation spot, I think.
That's the one thing I'm looking for when I'm looking for. I want to hike a different mountain, you know, than the one I've hiked.
Slovenia is gorgeous. Go on Google and look for photos of Slovenia, and you will be amazed how pretty it is. Absolutely gorgeous. So.
And hiking doesn't mean climbing mountains. You just walk up them, and then you walk back down. So it's fun. You should get out there and get some exercise.
Watch out for bears. I don't think they have any bears in Slovenia. So.
Probably don't have any handguns to protect themselves from them either.
Maybe not. So on to our Bitcoin.com exchange, launching September 2nd, and that's coming up really, really soon. We have all sorts of prizes for people that register before the exchange opens, including you can win one of 5 HTC, the Taiwanese cell phone manufacturer, HTC U12 Mobile Phones, right? They're worth over $500 each, and this is on top of the 5 $1,000 worth of Bitcoin Cash airdrops that we announced last week. So
wow.
if you want to win $1,000 of Bitcoin Cash, if you want to win a new HTC U12 phone, go and register at exchange.bitcoin.com and get ready to start trading September 2nd.
So when I think about an exchange, my first concern is what's the KYC rules going to be at a given place? And this is kind of some place where your hands are a bit tied, aren't they? How's that going to be?
So our hands are more than a bit tied, unfortunately, for a centralized custodial exchange like this. In fact, it's so tied, Mark, I'm sorry you won't be able to trade on our exchange because you're an American living in America. So for the moment, we have to block all the Americans. But if you're not an American, we want you to trade. Or if you have a friend that's not an American.
You know how to operate a VPN.
He said it, not me.
Come after me. Come and get me, government.
So anyhow, exchange.bitcoin.com. And if you don't want to deal with any of the KYC nonsense, head on over to local.bitcoin.com. I know like all of the show hosts on Free Talk Live seem to be pretty big fans of that website.
Right. So 3 of the show hosts on Free Talk Live are currently doing part-time work, basically. They're selling Bitcoin Cash on the local.bitcoin.com, and they're pretty happy with it. It can be very difficult dealing with the legacy operators so that people can transition from, you know, legacy currencies like dollars into the new currencies like Bitcoin Cash. But nonetheless, somebody's got to do it, and they're doing it and taking those arrows.
And the nice part about it, or the reason why local.bitcoin.com is so amazing is because there's no KYC for anybody, because Bitcoin.com never touches the money in any way. Bitcoin.com never touches the Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin.com never touches the fiat. We're not a party to the transaction anyway.
Right.
But there's this awesome thing called a self-custodial escrow, which allows anybody
Right.
to buy or sell the Bitcoin Cash safely in any country for any payment method for anyone.
And
just
safely
like that.
means watching out for those scammers that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Because that's until the transaction is considered done by both parties, the transaction's not done.
And if you're the one buying the Bitcoin Cash, you're 100% completely safe.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the one selling the Bitcoin Cash, you have to be a little bit careful. If someone pays you in PayPal and then you release the Bitcoin Cash to them, they could potentially do a chargeback with PayPal. But if they're meeting you at the 7-Eleven and giving you, a briefcase full of cash, no problem, you're safe as long as the cash is real in the briefcase. So,
Right.
And meet somewhere public where it's safe and you're not going to get robbed as well. So be careful, that sort of thing. There's been some stories about that from other websites where people get robbed.
Right.
But,
Websites that
use some
shall not be
common
named.
sense. Yeah, use some common sense there. But check out local.bitcoin.com. It's amazing. We've already had more than tens of millions of dollars worth of trades initiated, and a huge amount have been completed as well.
It's a real opportunity for people who, have a
So to
little
earn
time.
money. Yeah, earn some money. If you already have a Coinbase account or some other account to buy Bitcoin Cash, buy your Bitcoin Cash there, and then you can sell it for more on local.bitcoin.com. So you can start a whole, part-time job here to earn some extra money.
Right.
So, and spread economic freedom at the same time. It's 2-for-1 bonus there. So, speaking of scammers and fraudsters,
Yep.
cyber criminals have stolen more than $4.3 billion worth of cryptocurrency in this year alone.
That makes them a market segment.
Yeah, $4.3 billion. What's the gross annual sale for like a company like Amazon or something? It's probably a couple times that, but it's like the same ballpark, right? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know if
we're more than that, but I don't know. It's a lot of money.
yeah, it's a lot of money, and in fact, you know what knows? We'll know right here. So
We have the sum total of knowledge of the world right in our hands. You can't tell me that's not a superpower. Effectively now I am Brainiac.
yeah, so Amazon this year sold $232 billion, and they earned $10 billion. That means cyber criminals stole half as much money, about half as much money as Amazon earned for the entire year. So insane, right?
Yeah.
So insane.
And it's just, part of it is people, they send out viruses that lock your computer up, and then you've got to send them X number of $100 in cryptocurrency to get your computer unlocked. And so that's not Bitcoin's fault. That's not Bitcoin.com. That's not Bitcoin Cash. That's none of that. That's not hacking. That's just people.
Bad people doing bad things.
yeah.
And so my notes here say 227 million US dollars worth were stolen from exchanges, with $851 million being lost by Bitfinex alone.
Jeez.
$851
That was that one big hack.
That was that one. And they've been hacked a couple of times. I got a haircut there a couple of times there as well. So I think I'd learned my lesson there. So anyhow.
Best thing I can tell is the tradings for people who are either better at this or want to lose money.
Another staggering amount is that approximately $2.9 billion was lost when Plus Token, a Ponzi scheme in China that had 10 million members, went offline. Arrests were made, but recently speculations on Twitter appeared about the BTC sell-offs happening from the wallets of Plus Token. Some also think earlier sell-offs directly influenced this year's Bitcoin bull run. I think the rumor on Twitter is they have over 100,000 Bitcoin from this Ponzi scheme in China.
Wow.
That's a lot.
How does a sell-off influence a bull run?
Discuss it in the comments below if you have an idea on that one. So
It seemed like if people were liquidating, that it would drive the price down.
maybe it put the bull run to an end, is what was implied in the notes that I have here. So, and the United Nations has published a report suggesting that the North Korean government hackers have stolen $571 million US dollars worth from Asian exchanges. And I hear this a lot in the media. I want to talk about this a little bit. They always say, oh, the North Korean hackers are doing this and doing that. I'm really, really, really skeptical of that.
Everything I've seen about computers in North Korea is they're just figuring them out.
Right. And that's exactly my point. So like most people aren't even allowed to access computers, is my impression as someone who's never been to North Korea. But and my impression, to be a computer hacker, you want to be around computers your entire life and have a really deep understanding of everything that's going on with them. If people aren't allowed to use computers much in North Korea, how are they going to have a whole team of elite cyber hackers to hack into stuff? Like that seems really suspicious.
I suppose they could just take a bunch of kids and say, you're learning hacking now, and right, and they put them in a room, and they put them in a school. This is the school. They take the smartest kids in 4th grade and send them. I don't know, maybe for one, there's always a scapegoat, and right now North Korea gets to be the scapegoat.
Scapegoat for everything, yeah.
And what I want to see is North Korea going to adopt cryptocurrency as its national currency? Because if so, they're guaranteed to get invaded by somebody.
Maybe. I know. I really hope that North Korea loosens up and joins the world community a bit more. And I'm
there needs
hopeful.
to be a solution for the people in power there to
transition.
Well, transition. Why would they want to give up their power? I mean, people in power don't like to give up their power, so there needs to be some kind of
I would guess
compromise.
Even being a person in power in North Korea sucks compared to being a normal person in the Inland Empire and Missouri in the United States or something. Like, I'd rather be just some guy in the Midwest or something than some powerful guy in North Korea, because you probably still can't. I don't know if you think you can even have an iPhone that works in North Korea if you're even if a powerful guy.
I don't know. I mean, they've some of the stories I've seen. Certainly, Kim Jong Un's not doing too bad. Right. He got all the liquor he can drink and all the
medical care, right? Like, what if he drinks too much and needs some liver treatment? Like, he probably has
looks
to
like
leave.
He's got the diabetes,
right? Yeah, he might have to leave North Korea and go somewhere else to get that done. So. Anyhow, whole other story. Let us know, what do you think? You think North Korea actually has hackers, or is that just like government propaganda to make North Korea into the world's boogeyman when it comes to hacking? Don't know. Memo.cash, another website I'm a real big fan of. It enables, they now enable so you can automatically post from your Memo.cash account onto Twitter. I'm a big fan of using Twitter. I'm actually a bigger fan of Memo.cash for their token creation services. You make a Memo.cash account and you can instantly make a token on Bitcoin Cash. And the token transactions on Bitcoin Cash take about 1.5 seconds to propagate the network, and they cost about 1/10 of a penny. So that means they're about 100 times cheaper than an Ethereum token transaction right now. That's a really big deal. And Memo.cash makes it so easy for you to make your own tokens. And they have a market there too. You can buy and sell the Bitcoin Cash-based tokens on Memo.cash. So in addition to their Twitter competitor, I think the token marketplace they're building is even more interesting.
I think that is interesting. But what I do like them for their competition with Twitter, because they're decentralized. You can't be kicked off of any particular server. Their servers are decentralized, so I mean, they can't censor you the way that Twitter can. Twitter I do like better than Facebook, because Facebook has this algorithm that determines whether you're going to see my post or not. Facebook seems to be set up just so that people argue with each other, and it's good at it. But
Twitter's pretty good at that too.
Not that Twitter's not, but I can see every one of your posts on Twitter. It's going to come through my feed, and I don't use a lot of them. I've kind of gotten away from social media because I don't feel like it enhances my life. Mostly it's just
time sink for a lot of things.
People want to argue about stuff. I've learned from news stories on social media. It's a way to get news stories, but individuals, it seems like people need to go back to etiquette school and learn how to talk to other people.
Yeah. But my favorite Twitter account, and all of you should follow it, it's not the @Bitcoincom, it's not the @Roger K. Veer. What's your Twitter ID? Imedge or?
I think it's one.
It's not any of those. It's Sal the Agorist. Go and follow Sal the Agorist on Twitter. It is full of fun memes and freedom spreading ideas. It's really fantastic.
There's a few of them out there that I like for that.
I love Sal the Agorist. And my previous favorite one was Anarchy Ball on Twitter, but they deleted that account. It got banned from Twitter. That's why you don't see him anymore. I
didn't know that.
He must have posted a meme that was too good. So Anarchy Ball, if you happen to see this, I loved your previous Twitter account.
Right.
Today, my new favorite one is Sal the Agorist. Great job, Sal. I really love your Twitter account.
Yeah, Anarchy Ball was great.
Yeah, right? Like, all of a sudden one day I was thinking like, hey, I haven't seen any tweets from Anarchy Ball for a while. And I looked and the entire account got banned by Twitter. So
come back. Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Make a new account, Anarchy Ball 2.
Contact me at marketfreetalklive.com. We'll figure out something.
Yeah. So another kind of piece of sad news, and it's not their fault. Don't blame BitPay for this one bit. Blame the politicians and the regulators and the violent strangers living in a far-off city that threaten everybody else with violence if they don't obey. Now, if you want to pay a BitPay invoice for over $3,000 worth of Bitcoin Cash or BTC, you have to create an account with BitPay and I think do some KYC stuff. And if you're a customer requesting a refund of $1,000 or more, you also have to make an account with BitPay and I think do the KYC stuff. Direct payments for less than $3,000, you don't have to do that. But I went to pay an invoice. There was an invoice I had to pay yesterday. And I was like, wait a minute, it's forcing me to log in. It didn't ever do this before. And I was really annoyed and disappointed. And I wound up not paying the invoice, actually, because I didn't want to mess with any of that. So I assigned it to somebody else at Bitcoin.com, who then made a BitPay account and paid the invoice. But kind of disappointing to see that.
It is. It's sad, but I mean, this is the way it's going, and you've got to decide for your cryptocurrency business: do I want to operate in this sort of gray netherworld, or do I want to operate in the sort of above board business world where I can make lots and lots of money? And these are conversations that we were having.
I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive, Mark.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive.
One's a little bit. You have to be more creative.
Do you remember in 2013 when we were at Bitcoin 2013, the conference in San Jose? I think the first
big one.
Yeah, branded cryptocurrency conference, because
There was one more in New York in December of 2011 or October,
Oh,
or
really?
the fall of 2011, by Bruce Wagner, host of the Bitcoin Show, for those that have been around long enough to remember. Do you remember his YouTube channel?
No.
No? And that was in like the fall of 2011.
Yeah.
And but the San Jose 2013 conference was by far the biggest one. In 2011, you had just a few people. I was there. Jesse Powell of Kraken was there. Gavin Andreessen was there. Jeff Garzik was there.
Yeah, Armstrong from Coinbase was at 2013.
Yeah, I'm talking about the
Oh,
2011
I see.
conference. Like there were maybe 36 people total that showed up.
Okay.
So it was a real small but very passionate get together.
No, this one was many hundreds of people.
Yeah,
Vice showed up.
Yeah, this is a big one in San Jose.
And they were talking about how KYC was going to affect the Bitcoin marketplace, and they didn't lie. It just took a while, and it is as it is.
So
Send multiple BitPay invoices.
Yeah, or here's another solution. If you have a physical shop, you can install the Bitcoin Cash Register app from Android and iPhone. We played with that this morning.
It did. It was very easy to use.
And then you can instantly accept Bitcoin Cash from anybody with no KYC required from the app. Like, it's what sort of KYC you do, that's your business, not Bitcoin.com's, because we never touch your money. And then you can send the Bitcoin Cash that you accept through the app over to local.bitcoin.com and sell it for a premium as well. So you'll get your new customers from accepting Bitcoin Cash at your store, and then you can sell the Bitcoin Cash for a premium, or use Purse.io. I'm sure you've used that as well. You can save 15, 20, 25% off every purchase from Amazon.
I
That's
use
a big deal, too.
saveatpurse.com.
Saveatpurse.com, that's right.
Free Talk Live
Saveatpurse.com, sorry.
bought a website and then forwarded it to our Purse.io account. So if you sign up, please sign up.
Saveatpurse.com, that's right, absolutely right. And it's an easier domain to remember there as well. Saveatpurse.com. And you can go and give all that a try. All that works right now today, waiting for you. And then we can add your physical shop to our Bitcoin.com merchant map. We have a map of all the physical locations that are accepting Bitcoin Cash. So you get free advertising to our almost 500,000 wallet installs at this point. So
My son is a big fan of Legos, as 11-year-olds tend to be. And he earns all of his money to buy his Legos. And then he goes through saveatpurse.com and he buys his Legos at a 25% discount. That's a big deal when you're
especially when you're 11.
11-year-old kid working
buy
for
more
your
Legos.
Right. That's another, every 3 or 4 of those, then you get another Lego, and that's a good big deal. He bought the worked for all this money, mind you. He bought the big helicarrier from the original Avengers. It was like $300, and he saved and saved and saved for that. But at the time, you could get a discount of 35%. I don't know what it is exactly, but he put in a discount and at 35% and got that thing at 1/3 off. So that's a big deal.
Huge deal, yeah. So if you're willing to wait long enough, you can get like 30% off on a lot of things. So, yep. The whole ecosystem is just growing so fast. Another fun piece of news: Electron Cash, another fantastic Bitcoin Cash wallet, version 4.0.9 has released cash account support. So I'm guessing you have not used a cash account before, Mark.
I don't know what it means.
Basically, it turns your Bitcoin Cash address, instead of being impossible to remember, your new cash address could be
Medj.
It could be Medj number 243.
Okay.
It's Medj pound and then like a 3 or 4 digit number or something like that, which is something that's actually rememberable by humans.
Yep.
And you can use that for people to be able to pay you. So
there have been a few attempts at these sorts of things over time, so hopefully this one will catch on.
Yeah, and I think it's starting to catch on more and more places are using it. And it's on a roadmap for our Bitcoin.com wallet, because remembering, Medj pound 2242, much easier than 50-something other characters or however long it is. So another piece of news that we probably should have done right after the hacking talk was Coinbase has thwarted a social engineering and cyber attack. And I was reading the notes here about how it took place. The attack took advantage of 2 different zero-day exploits in the Mozilla Firefox web browser. Zero-day exploits are ones that haven't yet been discovered by the developers, as opposed to ones that have been fixed and can be avoided with a software update. Attackers communicated with Coinbase employees for several weeks from compromised or fabricated University of Cambridge email addresses before the link to the exploit was sent. The attack was detected by Coinbase before any damage was done. The exploits were recorded and responsibly disclosed to Mozilla, and Cambridge was notified of the potential compromises in their infrastructure.
Cambridge needs to get that fixed if if people are using their websites to hack folks. But I'm very glad to see that Coinbase did not take the big hit here. This is one of the most important players in the cryptocurrency marketplace is Coinbase, and I'm delighted to see that they didn't get some really bad news. If Coinbase gets bad news, if they catch a cold, we all get pneumonia.
It's bad news for everybody. Another thing that I want to talk about on this, if my voice can hold up.
Yeah. Did you swallow something? Or?
I don't know. I had another very, very similar experience. And I'll have to check my email logs, but I think it was also from a hacked Cambridge email account. And they were emailing me, wanting me to do something with their economics department at Cambridge and this and that with Bitcoin. This was a couple years ago now. And the emails went back and forth, and I even had a Skype call with one of the guys claiming to be at Cambridge. And then later they sent me a link to a piece of software. They said, we need you to install this software to do whatever with the thing. I forget the details, but like...
Suddenly you have a link. Yeah.
Of course I wasn't going to install some weird software on my computer.
Well, that's really thinking ahead, because if you've had a Skype call with somebody, once the trust has been created, we're a species, whether cryptocurrency is trustless, and that's what's wonderful, but we're a species that's based on trust and relationships. And I'm very surprised that you had the presence of mind to not download that, click on that link, and then suddenly it all goes to hell.
Well, I'm so terrified of my of me being hacked and having my cryptocurrency stolen. But they really did a good job of trying to instill trust, and they have. This went on for weeks. It wasn't just 10 minutes and hey, install this.
Yeah.
Weeks or maybe even a month or two.
The long con, as it's called.
Yeah, it was, and it was very well done. And the guy on the other end of the Skype call spoke perfect English. Like, it was very believable, and concerning to see that. And so I guess they tried to do the same thing to Coinbase here as well.
Watch out. It's a jungle out there.
Yep. So next thing on my list here, the Bitcoin Cash City Conference is less than 3 weeks away. Bitcoin.com, of course, is a platinum sponsor for the event, being held September 4th and 5th in Townsville, Australia, where you can spend Bitcoin Cash everywhere. Lots and lots of stuff happening there.
I imagine once they have that event and people find out that you can spend that everywhere,
more and more will come.
Yeah, more and more will be accepting it, because at this point your business is the one on the outs if you're not accepting Bitcoin Cash. I think we should do that in Keene, New Hampshire, where we accept. There are dozens of businesses that accept cryptocurrency, and if you can have an event where hundreds of people show up, and they're running around town asking where they can
spend their Bitcoin Cash.
That
sounds like a great idea. I'd like to have a free state libertarian Bitcoin Cash all-in-one meetup in New Hampshire or conference. So the event in Australia will feature talks, exhibitions, and developer workshops, and a Bitcoin Cash car airport pickup, and even a 30-minute Bitcoin Cash helicopter scenic tour. So lots and lots of stuff happening there. I plan and hope to go. I'm still waiting on the Australian embassy to believe me that I'll leave at the end of my couple-day visit to Australia. They seem to think I want to move there permanently.
Australia should be so lucky that you want to pick up and move to Australia. I don't know what your net worth is, but I imagine it's a lot better than the average Australians. So, that seems like something a country would want.
I think, to be honest, I think they just plain didn't really read my application.
Yeah. So what jumped out to them that made them not want to take you? Is it
probably discrimination based on national origin is my guess.
Okay.
So they see a St. Kitts passport.
Oh, St. Kitts, Kittitian.
Yeah, they see a Kittitian passport and they think, oh, who's this guy?
Right. What is St. Kitts?
And most people don't know where it is.
Where is Nevis?
Yep. So
all the best to everybody from Nevis out there.
Did you make it over to Nevis or only to St. Kitts?
Nevis, no, I definitely did. Nevis is far more attractive to me, because they've got this, in the town where Alexander Hamilton's from, I'm not going to hold that against you, Hamilton, they have this natural spring, and I spent 3 or 4 hours in my bathing suit just hanging out of this natural spring, and it was probably 101 degrees. So
Natural volcanically heated spring, yeah.
And then there's a little fort on the island. It's a stretch to call it a fort, but there was a fortified area with a couple of cannons that I went and saw in a botanical garden, and we rented a car and took it around. No, we didn't rent the car on Nevis. We rented the car in St. Kitts and then took it over on the ferry to Nevis, and then there's a nice local, and there's lots of nice locals. St. Kitts and Nevis, very friendly place.
Yeah.
And we took, we were just chatting with him on the ferry, and we took him home, and so we got to, spend a little time with, real live Nevesian.
Yep. So we have comments from last week's show when Corbin hosted it by himself because I was feeling under the weather, and as you can hear, I'm still getting over that, I guess.
Yep.
Risky Car says, hello Corbin, it would be great if you could make a permanent topic of the stream about all the cities all over the world where Bitcoin Cash gets adopted. And by the way, you have 30 subscribed, you're definitely not alone. So yeah, there's more and more places all over the world accepting Bitcoin Cash. Check out the Bitcoin.com wallet app for the map where you can see places near you that are accepting Bitcoin Cash, or you can download the whole app as a standalone app. It's called Marco Coino. And if you have a business that is accepting Bitcoin Cash already, send us the information so we can add you to the map. If you want to start accepting Bitcoin Cash, get that Bitcoin Cash Register app and get started today, and we'll add you to our map. And the worst that can happen is you get more customers than you would have had previously.
So. I agree with Bumper Car here, whatever his name is.
Risky Car.
Risky Car. That's risky to get on
bumper cars are risky. Yeah.
I agree with him completely. The reason I just started watching the Bitcoin.com channel about 6 months ago, and I guess it probably started about 6 months ago too, but I hear the news coming out, and you guys have a lot of good news coming out about Bitcoin Cash. And I've looked for that kind of news coming out about BTC because, like you, I'm in this for the currency that works.
Make the world better, yeah, with something that works today.
And if somebody can convince me that that's BTC as opposed to BCH, then I try to be open. I don't want to just go with my biases.
I'll use anything that works, that's right. So.
And I look for that with other currencies out there, Dash and Zencash, and some of these things have their good news. But the quantity of good news that comes out about Bitcoin Cash and what is coming out of Bitcoin.com, you guys are making it happen. And I presume it's because you've put together this operation to fund itself as opposed to making you super wealthy.
I think I'd maybe disagree with that a little bit. I think the reason Bitcoin Cash is making so many amazing strides and progresses and new features and new things coming out all the time is because we have probably like 80% of the original people that made Bitcoin popular to begin with.
Okay.
And we're all busy working on it, and we're, day in and day out, we're building the tools to bring more economic freedom to the entire world. And the platform that has the best shot at doing that in the shortest amount of time for the most amount of people is Bitcoin Cash. If we could be convinced today that the best platform and the best shot at doing that and bring the most economic freedom to the most number of people around the world was BTC, we'd switch back to BTC in a heartbeat. We're here to make the world a better place for everybody. And we love Bitcoin Cash because we think it's the best tool to do that. But if tomorrow an even better tool than Bitcoin Cash comes along, we'll switch to that tomorrow. We want to bring more economic freedom to the world. And the vast majority of the early Bitcoin users that made Bitcoin popular to begin with, they're busy building on Bitcoin Cash today. And another thing that didn't even make it into my notes, so Cash Shuffle is already out for Electron Cash. It gives really strong, and the more people that use it, the better the privacy becomes, but it gives privacy to Bitcoin Cash. Cash Fusion is already, the development's underway as well, which makes it even better. So you can combine your previously shuffled outputs into new inputs as well. So this is a really, really big deal. And once enough people are using it, it gives Bitcoin Cash potentially stronger privacy than even privacy coins like Monero. So that's a really, really big deal for Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, that's a heck of a claim. The shuffling software is the thing that's it's the easiest thing to do to provide the sort of anonymity. So, once you have the anonymity of for a cryptocurrency, then that allows many more levels of adoption that otherwise weren't out there.
One of the things that makes money is fungibility. And in order for money to be fungible, it has to be private. So, and I look forward to seeing more and more people use Bitcoin Cash because of the privacy, both in regular businesses and in darknet markets. I'd like to see both of those things happening.
Right. So and it has to be fungible to be money, but it's still a payment system. And as a payment system, it's the fastest thing out there that you can use. So, I just keep on, every time I look at it, I keep on being, because I don't know, I didn't tell everybody here, but I, as a early BTC adopter, changed over to Bitcoin Cash and have, turned, so I have more Bitcoin Cash than I have Bitcoin. And, I'm obviously, I know the trolls will get on here in YouTube and say, well, it's not doing as good against BTC, and I'm hoping that that'll turn around. But that's not the reason I'm in this. I'm in this to support a change, and I'm hoping that that'll occur.
Yeah, and I think if we succeed in that, Bitcoin Cash is going to far outperform BTC as well. Like, one is usable as money, the other provides a horrible user experience for anyone that's trying to use it as money today. So, and that brings us to Sinbit7 says, can you promise Bitcoin Cash base pairs on exchange.bitcoin.com? Because if there aren't any, then I'm not going to trade on it. We promise 100% for sure Bitcoin Cash base pairs on Bitcoin, on exchange.bitcoin.com, 100% for sure. We wouldn't be interested in launching an exchange if that wasn't the case. And you better believe we're really excited about listing all sorts of fantastic Bitcoin Cash-based SLP tokens on our exchange. So if you have an idea for a token and you're looking to make a token, look at Bitcoin Cash-based tokens. You can head on over to slp.cash. SLP stands for Simple Ledger Protocol. It's working right now today. There's lots of projects out there. We already built a tool that allows you to pay airdrops or dividends or whatever you want to call it to every Bitcoin Cash token holder. We demoed it yesterday.
Yeah, did it with me. We created a Medj token, and it exists. And I guess you, me, and your friend,
one other guy here.
Yeah, he's are the only holders of it.
And so I'm one of the only holders. If you want some Medj token, post your SLP address in the comments below, and I'll send out some of my Medj tokens to whoever posts the address below. And
I'm happy to help with that if I can figure it out.
Yeah, maybe Free Talk Live can do some sort of special something or other in the future with the Medj tokens. I don't know. You can get to pay 1,000 Medj tokens. You can talk to Mark on Skype for 5 minutes, something like that. You've been volunteered, Mark. So anyhow, check out the SLP tokens. It's really amazing. They cost about 1/10 of a penny per transaction, take about 1.5 seconds, so significantly faster and cheaper, and hopefully more reliable than all these other token platforms out there. slp.cash is the website for that. And if you're a software developer, head on over to developers.bitcoin.com. We have a whole team of developers at bitcoin.com building tools for other developers to make it easier for them to build on top of Bitcoin Cash. So,
we're waiting for you. We have all the hacker food. Skittles, Coke, we got it.
Yeah.
I mean, Coca-Cola.
Make sure you use Cash Shuffle when buying your Coca-Cola. So yeah, I guess that's it. Anything else you want to add for the end of this week?
No, I'm so glad to be here. I just love the show. So
yeah,
thanks.
And we're having a fun time, and we're going to go train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tonight in Korea together. So that's going to be fun too. So.
Well, I probably won't give you the fight that the MMA guy did. 112 kilo.
Yeah, there's a big guy last time there.
Yeah. I'm probably 90 kilos, but I'm only a white belt, so I will never get past his guard.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys all so much, and we'll see you in the next episode. If you like this content, if you like bringing more economic freedom to the world, if you're excited about bringing more economic freedom to the world for everybody in every country, share this video, share Bitcoin Cash, set up your friends with wallets, set up your family with wallets, show them how to use it. Start using it. Anytime you need to buy something and you have the opportunity to do it with Bitcoin Cash or any cryptocurrency, do it, and then take the fiat money that you would have normally used to buy that product and use it to buy more cryptocurrency. That's how we can expand the ecosystem in the marketplace and get more and more people on board with this and change the world for the better. So thank you guys all for your help with that. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.